All right. We are back. Welcome to another episode of Red Hill Racing Podcast. I'm Ben Knight, once again joined by Mr. 40 Time, Dustin Lee, who could not join us last week because he was sick. So I didn't feel like taking it on by myself. So anyways, welcome back, everybody. How you doing tonight, Dustin? Have you kicked it?
Nah, I ain't kicked it all the way. I still got remnants of the man flu. Still battling the battle, but it's way better. At least I can move and function and think.
Yeah. And you raced sick last week in the SDBA.
Yeah, I did, and it was a terrible idea. It was probably one of the worst ideas I've ever had.
I told you not to go.
I had to, man. I had people that was counting on parts to race. Like I had no.
You're needed at the racetrack now.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that, if it was just racing, I would have probably stayed home, to be honest. And that's a rare thing for me to say, but there was just so much body ache and fatigue. I got in the motorhome 3 times Thursday, trying to leave and just couldn't get myself to do it until finally I was like, I have to. This is the last time I can get in this thing. So that's what I did.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Thankfully, it wasn't a bad drive. I mean, 4 hours. And
no, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, driving really ain't rough on you. I just coughed a lot and stared at the road. I went like 60, which is slow for me. Usually I run 70 at least, but I wasn't in no hurry and in the shape to be doing anything risky. So I just cruised down there.
Right on. Well, I'm sure you'd go ahead.
Wasn't a bad trip. It was a pretty easy drive there and back, realistically.
Oh, good.
Like half of Maryland, so.
Yep. So we'll let you tell everybody a little bit more about your weekend here in a little bit, but I'm going to do our due diligence. Shout out to all our sponsors. Thank y'all for the continued support. Like I said, sorry we missed last week. It was just I have a lot going on myself. So that combined with Dustin being out, I toyed with the idea of doing one myself, tried to line up a last minute interview. It still wouldn't have been the same. I ain't got my cohort with me. It ain't the same. So anyways, thank y'all for sticking with us. Shout out to our sponsors, Worldwide Bearings, MPS Racing, Penske Racing Shocks, MTC Engineering, Platinum General Services, Schnitz Racing, Manchester Mines, Montgomery Motorsports, Hard Times Parts and Service, Knight Marketing Group, Energy Coil, University of Wind, and BMF Motorsports. We got a couple more Patron drinkers, subscribers, so appreciate the support there. If you want to sub up and you haven't yet, like we said last time, it's just really on y'all. I mean, we just don't want y'all to miss out on these giveaways. Literally, when you sign up for the $1, we get 62 cents, I think, when it hits the bank. So we're definitely getting rich.
I mean, some of y'all that message us has been like, "Hey, where's the new podcast? And if you ain't subbed up, you're a jerk."
yeah. So, but I mean, like we said, we set it up that way. It's what we wanted to do. We didn't want to break anybody's piggy bank by supporting.
I want the damn 62 cents. Sub up. If you listen, you best be subbing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
But that is the honest truth. By the time you get the processing fees and everything.
Yeah.
That's like everything. That's a good note we should touch on. Not only for your business but all the sponsors we just named. Just keep that in mind, y'all. If y'all are ordering stuff or whatever, if it takes a while, if you have to cancel an order, don't forget. Like anytime, if you're ordering online or the phone, you're using a card or PayPal or something. There's always fees. So don't be mad if the company charges a restocking or a handling fee, because look, otherwise they're just losing money on you. So anyways,
because you're undecisive. Just because you don't know what you want don't mean we got to pay for it.
Right. I figured that was a good time to insert that. But so if you're not subbed up, you're going to miss out on some awesome giveaways. And I'm going to estimate we are about gonna say after this one, about two more episodes, three at the most, away from doing our first big giveaway. Well, second one really, because Mr. Mike Burkhart already gave away carbon fiber seat pan, but we are getting very close to 10,000 downloads. And I guess it'll be what? This is probably what, 22 episodes? So yeah, basically I think by 25 episodes we're going to hit 10K, which is awesome. And at that point, when we draw a lucky giveaway winner, that winner will get to choose between a set of energy coil racing ignition coils. I think we have them available for basically the popular Kawasaki's or Suzuki, so you get that choice. Or you can choose a BMF Motorsports carbon fiber tank shell. Or you have three options. We can hook you up with Kevin at Manchester Mines. If you haven't checked out his super badass welding skills, do that. But he offers short neck frame services. So he's put up that service for one lucky winner. So you get to choose, whatever you feel like you need, whether it's coils, a tank shell, or get your frame short necked. So yeah, make sure you're subbed up, because that's going to happen probably, we think, in 3 episodes, which leads me to, we're right, I think, at 8,400 downloads. Boober, Mr. Boo Brown, he broke the podcast the other week. He is over 600 downloads, so we appreciate that support. He crushed Spencer. We already let Spencer know the sad news. He got crushed. Boo just demolished him.
Spencer said he was like a boo. What did he say? He said that he was like an opening act or something.
Yeah, Spencer said he was just the opening band for the main headliner. So
yeah.
Fair enough. It was all good fun. That's two of our good friends, their family to both of us. So that was cool to hype that up a little bit. And I mean, we were laughing our asses off, so we know y'all were, and we know that's why that was such a good episode. We'll get Boo back on some other time. I mean, we basically ended it because it was getting late. Boo would have kept talking and telling y'all stories. So yeah, we'll get Boo back on. But yeah, he's eclipsed over 600 downloads in a week and a half, so it's pretty epic. So yeah. Thank y'all for listening. Like we said, go subscribe for $1 so you can get in on these giveaways.
Yeah, because if you ain't subscribed, you can get nothing.
Yeah. And we're, like we said, we're not getting rich over here. Not with 62 cents every time. So, but we do appreciate it. We're not complaining, by the way. We're just stating.
Oh yeah, we're probably getting broker. It's probably what's happening.
Well, I don't know. You know, not that we're running the podcast and the school kind of in conjunction. Yeah. So it's kind of all one business as far as the bank accounts and the taxes and everything goes. So as far as we know, we're not broke yet.
Good thing you can go in the hole the first few years of business when you start one.
Oh man, we're good. We're not going in the hole. We'll end this thing at episode 25. I don't think I've said it so far. Not safe for work. We're gonna curse. I do have something I'm gonna work on personally. Special request. But there's still likelihood of cursing. So we apologize in advance. We get amped up. We get excited, and
somebody requested you not to curse.
Yeah, it's a special request. No, not a curse. It's something specific. So
I'm not aware of this.
I'll go ahead and say it, and
so I can say it instead of you.
Well, no, it's something we both shouldn't say. Basically, I didn't realize that I was saying GD a little bit, and which I try not to. I
don't think I say that word much.
I don't think you do. It's just me. It's pointed out. It was pointed out.
If I say that word, I'm really, really mad about something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try not to say that.
That's like the ultimate no word.
Well, I don't even realize it. So I apologize if I've offended anybody.
It's just words. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but still, try not to say that one. That was special request by Tiffany's dad. So we unfortunately lost him last week. So we're going through a little bit of a rough time. But Tiffany said, Dad said don't be saying GD, and I said I'm pretty sure I've never said that around him. And she's like, no, we've been listening to the podcast. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, point taken. So
he got me.
Yeah. So Daniel, keep looking down on us. Keep Tiffany and Logan and everybody in line,
Yeah.
and definitely keep me in line. And we'll be thinking about you, bud. So we miss
Some
you.
more guardian angels, man. More guardian angels.
That's right. That's right. So
I had
anyways,
one this weekend watching over me. Jesus. Oof.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
did.
well, we it's good to have those.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyways, keep Tiffany and our family in your thoughts if that's something y'all do. But anyways, let's move on. So yeah, let's talk about some racing stuff. Did our due diligence. We did a NSFW. Shout
We
out
didn't get to
to
we didn't get to talk about Hollywood last week because I was out of the office.
yeah. So let's talk about that, Dustin. Are we witnessing history? Do you
So
think
I
we
so I
could be?
mentioned I'm kind of a nerd for like, stats, like not like ever stat, but like the first to do this or first to do that kind of stuff. And I just looked up and it was like, pro stock motorcycle most consecutive wins, type thing.
Can
And
I
I
can
think,
I take a guess?
oh, I didn't tell you about it.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you want to guess, that'd be cool.
Um, this is something that my one of my other favorite podcasts, because I can't really claim ours, but the Sportsman Bracket Racing podcast with Luke and Big Jed. I know I've told you about that. Luke
Yeah,
Bogacki and Jared Pennington. So they do a trivia time quite a bit. And it's usually Luke's a super stat guy, super stat, knows all kinds of stuff. Almost reminds me of Lewis Bloom. Anyways, he always puts Jed on the spot, and I love big Jed, Jared, but he's not nearly as knowledgeable. So I'm hyped now. I'm excited. Most consecutive wins in pro stock motorcycle.
yeah. Who do you think has the most?
Um, well, I mean, part of me thinks it's going to be like some OG legends, but the other part in my gut instinct, I go
It's
straight.
a tie.
Okay, well, then I feel
And I'll
even
give you
better.
another tip.
No, no, don't, don't
It's in the 90s.
both of them.
Yes.
Ooh, well,
You're you know one of them for well, you know both of them, but the other one, like I mean, you know,
okay. Well,
no.
so before you gave me that, I was going to go with Andrew. I really thought Andrew.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought, right? That's what I thought before I looked it up.
But you told me both 90s, so I'm gonna have to go with would it be Myers and Schultz?
Yeah, one of them, right? It was Schultz. One of them.
Okay. All right.
Dave Schultz in '93 and '94 went to 10 finals consecutively.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Well, who was the second one to do that feat?
Matt Hines,
Matt Hines. All right.
'97 and '98. He went to 10 consecutive
Man.
finals as well.
Wow, they both did it 2 years
Yep. Yep.
in consecutive years?
Yeah, no, no, it's 93, 94, and then
Yeah.
97, 98. So it's a big
Yeah,
break there.
but I'm saying they both did it in consecutive years.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like in 2 year span. Yeah, I get maybe like an end of a season and the start of the other. I don't know, but I do know so here's the info on it is Schultz was the first to set the standard for the two-wheel competitors, advancing to every final from the '93 Gainesville event to the '94 Houston race. He won 8 of the 10. Hines followed Schultz's footsteps a few years later, and his streak began against Schultz, whom Hines defeated in the 1997 Denver title round. Hines made each final from then through the '98 Richmond race, winning 8 of them.
Oh, so they went to 10 straight finals and they each won 8 straight or 8 total?
Yeah, they went to 10 straight finals and won 8 each.
Do you know what the consecutive streak is?
It don't say. Like it was
I
just
mean, it's
like
still
on
impressive.
NHRA. Well,
Still
the way I
impressive.
see it is right. I mean, there's it. They had to be like in a row. You know what I mean? So obviously they were back to back to back to back deals because it's consecutive. So saying that, there had to be no misses. I mean, I guess there might be a runner up here.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
couple,
Like they went
there's
to
two
10
runner
straight
ups.
finals. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, two runner ups at the 10 straight finals. So
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy,
So
and
let's ask the listeners to help us out when they hear this. Somebody research and let us know if what the actual wins in a row is. And how about this? I feel like this is something Fabian should know. And I feel like Fabian's asked when is he getting on the show? Fabian, you find this out and let us know because that'll A, prove that you're listening to us.
yeah.
B, we gotta put you to work, man.
Yeah, so this was just like altogether the most consecutive finals ever, and it had cars and bikes, and the tie was number 5 on the list of the two bike racers.
Wow,
And that
that's
I
impressive.
just a quick Google when I realized that Gage was doing some stuff. I'm like, well, dang, what? How many times has this happened? Has this ever happened before? I knew of racers winning again, like damn, such and such won pro stock again. We've all said that, but I didn't know how far that had went.
Right.
So
No, I
that's
mean
a
I'm
that's a
intrigued
big
too.
feat. That's a big thing to do. Um, I did send it to Gage, because we're buddies, and he seemed, um, you know, he said it would be badass to be on that list, and I agree.
Yeah. Sounds like a Gage response.
Yeah, I would be happy to see Gage on that list. And how cool is it that you know Matt Hines is on that list?
Oh
He's
yeah.
number 5, and then Gage is riding for Vance and Hines. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I
Um,
bet Andrew and Eddie probably during, some of those heater years where Vance and Hines was, really dominating,
yeah, with the Harleys. Yeah,
I bet they prohibited each other. You know what I mean? I bet
yeah,
like between Eddie and Andrew, they probably had some good streaks going, and it was just one or the other interfering
yeah.
with those consecutive streaks.
Yeah. I agree. I think that it was probably like a teammate took you out, kind of like when we go race or whatever, type deal.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
yeah,
what's also impressive is that Gage has done it in flawless style. He has qualified number one at each of the first three races. He's won each of the first three races, and then they had it was like a new addition. It was like a four person shootout at the
yeah.
last
The,
race.
the yeah the mission challenge, the mission
Yeah,
food
won
challenge
that
deal.
clean
Yeah.
sweep.
So
Give that
right
man
now,
a
I mean,
broom.
he's 4-0 of everything.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Should we bring
Um,
him a broom this weekend?
I don't know. I need. There's a few things I would like to ask him, and of course it would be cool to have on here, but I don't know. We'll talk about it later, I guess, or talk about what he says because I'm just curious of what everyone else in Pro Stock Motorcycle is thinking. What are they saying? Like, it has to kind of be like, damn, man, he's coming out here and wrecking us. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I got a little bit of insight on some of that, at least before the season, but I had from a reliable source that there were some people that did not anticipate nor think he would do that well, which is a little mind-boggling, I guess, but
yeah, I
I've
mean,
heard
I've
that.
heard that too, but now they're got to stick their foot in their mouth because he's doing what we thought he was going to do. I mean, now hold up. I didn't necessarily think he was going to come out there and win 4 in a row, but I knew he was going to do damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I mean that's hard to predict. I mean, honestly, so they definitely are on to something as far as, their power and chassis and everything. They got it really worked out, but Gage is also doing his job to a T to make this all work. But even all that being said, like it's still any little thing could mess up. And especially like, we talked about Chase some in his reaction times, but what you and I just actually looked before because we had to refresh
We
ourselves. I got it pulled up. Gage was, let's see, I'm gonna go through
we
the
mentioned that.
results.
We mentioned that in the podcast with Gage, and I think it lit a fire under his ass because Gage has not slipped on the tree since, except the time that someone left before the tree fell against him, which that would mess anybody up.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go through it right now. So first round, well, he had a no show, so that one doesn't even count. He had a single. Um, let's see here. All right, sorry. Ooh, first round Chase was 004. Wow, that kid is on. I don't even know how you. He should be bracket racing still. That's all I can say. Um, so Chase went red in E2, which like with us, so that's what we're getting at is, if you're cutting it that close,
And Gage
I
don't need to. It wouldn't be smart to be double O
look
ever
at
lick.
let's go through these round two eliminations from what was that? It was Route 66 Nationals. So you had Gage and Mark Ingerson, second round. Mark was 009, Gage was 019. So both ridiculously good. Next pair, Eddie and Joey. Eddie's 006, Joey's 015. This is ridiculous. Then you go up, the third pair was Matt Smith, who was 021, and Hector Jr. was 042. Still really good. And then, like I said, Chase turned it 020 red and Tater Chip was 043. Man, that's a ridiculous. I mean, the whole class was on it. And then
Everybody was doing their job.
yeah, then you go to the semifinals. Eddie straps another 00 down, this time 008, against Gage, who's 016. Tater Chip's 020. Hector Jr.'s 028. And then you go to the finals and you have Mr. Gage 041 and Tater Chip's 029. So Chip was on fire too. Man, they got everybody on the tree now. They know it. So yeah, basically where I was going is that I feel like at this point it's gonna, you know, there might you might have to have a miscue from, the man himself, which is it's hard to get somebody like that, a proven grudge racer to get out of their comfort zone. So we'll see. Yeah, we could be witnessing history, man, and we don't even know it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. All we can do is just enjoy the show. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I mean, I'm definitely interested in seeing how it all plays out. And there's a lot of factor just in part failure or the
Yeah,
track.
that's what I mean. Like there's so many, I
Yeah.
mean, hell, down at the four wides when the kill switch came out. That could have easily ended his day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the semifinals, remember? And it just slowed up because the
Yeah.
kill switch came out. So anything could happen. We just had to shout out our boy again. I know it probably seems like we got some favoritism. He is our boy. We've raced with him quite a bit the last couple of years. We also know plenty of other racers, and we are supportive of anyone taking on that endeavor, a pro stock motorcycle. I was super excited to see Chip doing well. I've met Chip a couple times and really, just a racer I've always liked and enjoyed watching. So seeing Mr. Chip Ellis go to the finals was badass too. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts. They race next. So we're gonna see Gage this weekend at XDA. He's got a weekend off from his professional racing, so he'll come hang out with us at XDA this weekend, and then the weekend after they head down to Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee. So
My back door.
yeah, yeah,
He's gonna come hang out with us common folk this weekend. It's
yeah,
regular people.
yep. So oh, all right. Well, what do you want to talk about now? You want to tell everybody about your SDBA weekend, racing sick as a dog, or you want me to talk about me not working on any bikes, and just look at them?
I can get my drama out of the way, I guess.
Hold on, I just thought of something. I got to shout out Dustin at Penske because remember I told you I just hadn't even looked at the blower bike. It didn't have any Penske stickers on it, so I put giant Penske stickers on it. They're
Giant
probably
ones.
they're probably crooked, but they're giant.
I guarantee freaking teeth are crooked. I would lay money on that. 100%.
I'm talking about those big ones that look like they're like 8-10 inches long.
Yeah. The ones that you got when you were here?
Yeah. The ones
Yeah.
you gave me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So Dustin, got him on there, bud. Got him on there. So, anyways, carry on. Tell everybody about round 2 SDBA action. Yeah, let them know.
Man, my sick butt went down there early to go make sure that my bike was going to auto shift because I've been having issues with it. And it did Thursday night 5 times in a row. I was like, I was going to make a sixth one, and I'm like, man, does it really matter? Like, I was sick, and I'm like, does it even matter? I'm sweating my butt off, having cold sweats, body aches. I just loaded everything up and took me some medicine, went to bed. And then Friday, we didn't do nothing till like 4 or 5 o'clock. It was like this long, drug out, laying around day for me. And anyway, I go up there when they open the testing Friday before the shootouts, and um, shifted the pass, come back, had a terrible light using the delay box, scratching my head. Couldn't figure out why my light was so bad. Went up, I was like, I need to make a test hit, make sure my nitrous and stuff works because it's been sitting for a while, make sure everything's good. And I was like, I'll just spray second gear and let off when it hits third. And I did, and it didn't shift third. And that's when it got crazy because I was like, well, I'm button shifting. And I was like, I'll just button shift it. I need to get up there and make a test hit for box. Go up there. I'm like 060 on the tree using a box, which is absurd. And I was like, I made the decision just to ride my top gas, top sportsman bike, which was already being rode in no box. I'm just going to ride it in box too. So I'm just going to basically bottom bulb both classes and button shift the other bike in 560 shootout. And fast forward, I think it was like third round of the shootouts when I lost in the super comp one. And it was just, my shield was all fogged up at the top, and I looked through the top of my windshield when I'm going on the racetrack, and I seen the guy was racing. I thought I was in front. I'm pedaling it, stay, just trying to make it close, and I wasn't in front. I was like 0-1 behind, 2 above. He was dead on. I had 2 on the tree. If I would have just stayed in the gas and not played, I would have been in front. But in my defense, I thought I was in front. But anyway, that one was canned. And then the semis of no box, I was 19 take 003 to be in the way. He was
Oh my
trip
goodness.
zip. He was trip zip dead 8. So, in my defense, I was kind of gun shy of the tree a little because I didn't get a time run. So I get first round, I got freaking Dalton Markham, who's of course a very good delay box racer. And I put a 12 pack out there right off the trailer, like just didn't even bat an eye at it. I was 006, dead 6 against Dalton. I come back around.
I bet he appreciated that.
Yeah, he was like, he just said, hey, what I could do with you. And then I come back around and race his dad and 12 pack again. I'm like, dang, Dustin, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, maybe I need to be sick when I race more often. But, and in the semis, didn't have a phenomenal package because I was triple O and had the guy on the tree so bad that I just rolled way out of it. You know, wasn't a great deal because your package ain't good if you have a tree that good because, who's going to make close margin when you got all that room. But, and then I went to the final, and the realistically reason why I had a triple O probably is because after the 560 loss, I was pissed. I took my shield off and cleaned it. Got all the crap off of it so I could see clearly. And then I go up there and put my helmet on, like almost like a whole new world. Everything's all crystal clear. And I just drilled the tree, probably because I could see. And in the final, I was 028, I think, and took like 01 stripe to win the box side of the shootouts. Really struggled with this track on my top gas bike and pro tree. It just had 9 inches of beam separation. From what I've read, normal beam separation's like 6 or 7, and the rollout total's like 11 normally.
So it's funny. I know you would not to interrupt you, but I was writing a lesson for the school the other day, right? And you'd already
Yeah,
told me about this. So I actually found it. I will pull it up for you and tell you exactly what it is because it was from Portatree, which is so it's correct.
yeah,
So basically, it went through the whole sequence of rollout and all. But so you had just said what you said, right? So the total between the two marks is basically 12 inches, right? So like between let me go through
Like
this.
when you roll the rollout, right? Like when you roll the tire in and then you roll it out to
Right.
the right.
Yeah, and then so what you were talking about the 6 9 inch things, it's
It's like beam separation. Yep.
exactly it's from the pre-stage beam to the stage beam, and Portatree is saying 7 inches.
Yeah, that's what they got. The guy at the track told me. He's like, we got the tree set records. Well,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
it's not set up to cut a good light for a normal bike that don't have 60 foots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, or they're probably cars, right? He even said that. He goes, yeah, the owner of the track can still go red. I'm like, yeah, but he probably has a car that has .9 60 foots,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And I'm up here top bulb off 129, which is probably realistically like a 123 or 124, which is fast, but my stuff don't react fast. It's just quick, it don't react. And anyway, I struggled like, and then now a little bit of it could have just been me, man. I was, I was forgetting that I'm so competitive. I looked at my tickets. I'm like, what are you doing? But then I forget that, hey man, you're sick. You might not react as quick as you would when you're not sick, so maybe a little bit of it was that because there was one round on my super comp bike. I think I was like 009. So obviously I could cut a lot. I just had to, that bike does react a lot quicker, but I don't know. Either way, I just struggled on it. It just, I was already thankful that I won the shootout because that way it was like, well, I've done more than I thought I was going to do this weekend while I was sick, and I struggled in the pro ET and street ET, just making mistakes. I think every loss that I took was finish line mistakes. I think I didn't get there once 007, give it back once 003. The other time I took a little bit too much, but I had to take damn near nothing to win, so I wasn't really mad about that one. But I did ride all the way to the Top Gas final, and in the semi I about crashed. Um, I raced a bar bike, and I've raced Top Gas now on a street bike for 5 6 years, I guess. And in the 8th mile, I've never had a bar bike just stretch me out like this guy did when we left. Like he was just so gone, like he was gone. And I was like, crap. So when it hit second, I grabbed the override, and of course, I'm really railing him down then. Like I'm going to, for sure catch him. But I knew where it was going to take me was going to be under the 510 index. So I made the decision in a couple seconds, that I wasn't going to, I was just going to let him go because I was going to break out. And we've talked about it before. I'm a front breaker. I run like 20 pounds in my front tire to kind of make it safe as I can. I shank for my brake pads. But I think where I was sickly, I didn't do my normal procedure, and I was on the brake before I was off the gas, therefore the front tire's light. And I missed the back brake pedal with my foot. And the handlebars just turned to the left like this smooth, casual, almost like Jesus took the wheel and just turned them for me. And it was going straight as an arrow. It wasn't shaking. It wasn't jerking. It was just like the front wheel wasn't even touching the ground. And I didn't force it back. I just kind of relaxed, and it just turned right back straight. And that was a celebration because I didn't crash. And then I noticed that I won, and that was another celebration. And then I was like, what am I going to do for the final? I can't be doing this crap, So, and I also adjusted, I had my lever on 3, which gave me more pull. So I put it on 1 before the final because I was being cautious. But anyway, in the final, I just missed a tree and I didn't get deep enough. I tried to turn the 2-step up so it'd react quicker, and it was pulling me, and it was just a trifecta of bad. And I got my butt kicked. And I wasn't mad at it. We split the money, got me a cool little $1,850 check, and I loaded all my toys up, and I took me some medicine. And I've been home working on junk for XDA ever since, pretty much.
So you didn't have a bad weekend.
No, I mean I'm not mad at it. Like I've had weekends where I felt good and not do as good as I did. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
to be,
mean, it sounds like it was just some cutthroat racing
it
for the
was, it
most
was,
part.
yeah. I mean, I sit back now and I think about it. I'm like, I should have probably focused and paid more attention and been done better. But I was sick, man. Like, I mean, and Friday night I was literally laying over a BP fuel drum, trash can, whatever the hell it was, and just thinking, I don't know if I'm going to puke or have to go in the RV and go to the bathroom. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then they would call us up, and I'd just go back up there and just sit there in misery until I went back down the racetrack. I
Wow.
probably drunk 30 bottles of water in the 3 days, which is a lot for me. Um, didn't eat nothing. I didn't have a total whole meal that whole week from Monday to Saturday night. You probably couldn't have made a whole meal out of the things that I eat that week. Like I just couldn't hold nothing down. Like nothing was staying with me. And so I had Jello, and if I got really really fatigued at the track, I'd smash a Dr Pepper or something just to like bring me back to life. I had a Red Bull with me, but I'd watch a lot of YouTube, and a YouTube channel guy that I follow a lot, which is a super energetic guy, positive, great dude. He hadn't eaten nothing all day, and they were getting ready to go catch alligators, and he smashed a Red Bull and had 2 strokes. So I'm kind of like laying off the Red Bull because the doctor told him that's what caused it. So I'm just, I was just trying to get by, I guess you could say. I had a good time. Everybody, it was awesome that people would come by and ask me how I was feeling. One guy come by and give me a cucumber Thursday. I was like, you know
A
what? I might eat that.
cucumber.
Yeah, me and him always talk, and I told him I like cucumbers and tomatoes, and he said they got, he's talking about how there's a lot of good stuff in cucumbers for your body. He's like, I don't know what he is. He's like a wizard, man. He knows like witch doctor stuff. He's wanting to do some pushing on my certain points on my body and make me feel better. I'm like, just leave me alone, man. I'm sick. Just let me get over it. But anyway, he brought me a cucumber and I eat it, and about 30 minutes later, I seen it again, and it tasted good going down, but it did not the second time around.
Oh man.
But either way, like I mean, it was great seeing everybody. My buddy Evan Stevens, I've been helping for a while now.
Woo woo.
I talked him into going to a Holly or any kind of standalone. Of course, I preferred Holly, and he went his first 4 second pass this weekend, so he was fired up like a
That's awesome.
yeah, Evan. So Evan
Oh
gets
yeah,
fired.
that's what I was saying. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's hype as hell. So he was fired up, and then his dad went 512 on his bike, so he's closer. He's there. He's got to the top gas number. And then my buddy Mike Hansen was parked beside me, and he built a turbo bike. He's been testing it, and he come back and he was talking about it. He had like a 117 60 foot, and I'm like, damn. I said, because Gage wired the bike for him. I'm like, did Gage change your clutch tune up? He goes, no, that's the one you give me. I'm like, bro, that's pretty good for a white boy. And I was just like, it's pretty good, man. Like that's been forever ago. You know what I mean? I forgot what we even put in it, to be honest. And it's got way more because he's just now starting, So that everybody was happy and having a good time. Old George, a Florida guy, parked across from me, has old KZ. I can't remember his name, but I love him to death. And he came over and talked to me a little bit. It was good seeing everybody. Wes and Mel was parked beside me, and Mel forced me to eat a cheeseburger Saturday. And I, even though I didn't want to eat it, I appreciated her. They see me in really bad shape Friday night when I was shaking and fucking couldn't hold a water bottle still, and when I was racing the shootout, so she was on my ass on Saturday. And anyway, it was nice that everybody was checking on me and cared a little bit. But
Yeah.
I was just trying to survive, man. You already know I don't eat when I race anyway. But then when I hadn't eat all week, and then I'm at the racetrack in leather, sweating, and you're sick, really it's a bad concoction. Like it wasn't a good idea. But I'm glad I went because I got to help people that needed the help, and
And you
I'm
made
just
a
not no
bit of
quitter.
money.
Yeah, I mean, I made a little bit of money too, and racing, making money. Realistically, probably made more money racing than whatever parts I took down there for people. But had fun. Even though I struggled, I had fun. Um, my top sportsman bike just keeps impressing me. It right now going into this weekend. If there's anything I feel confident on, it is it. That's the one that I feel like that I can get on and do my job. The other one we're kind of having differences right now. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it about Friday. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I made some changes. See if I can fix it. If I can, I'll button shift it. I mean, it took me, I don't know, a couple passes, and I was hitting the button when the light flickered, just like I always had. I do think that it's easier for auto shifting. I mean, if you're auto shifting and going to the racetrack, you could focus on your opponent versus opponent back to the shift, opponent back to the shift. It's a distraction. It really is. Even though it's not that big of a deal, it is a distraction.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's one less variable you're eliminating.
Yeah.
So we tell the members, you got to eliminate those variables.
Yeah, so I want to try to get it working again. I know it's not a mechanical problem. I know it's not a shift round electric over air valve type problem, because if it was, it would not button shift, and I made 16 button shift passes on Saturday, and it never missed not one time. So it's just comes down to electronics holding the signal the right amount. And I think I have it fixed. I think it was just a secondary deactivation setting issue. And it's weird that I had to do this because I never had to in the past few years, but sometimes things change, stuff happens. I had the transmission back cut over the winter. Maybe the way it's cut, it needs more of a hold. Who knows? But I won't give up on it. Worst case, I'll pull it all the way apart and put another transmission in it. Just don't I'm this week, or I would have done it.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, no, you had a good weekend. Sounds like it was a good event. It was a good turnout for Sonny and everybody.
Yeah. But if any of people listen to this want to ever go, still has a outstanding 8th mile surface. I can't really say much about the quarter because we didn't run it. I mean, I coasted through it, and I do remember some like bumps and stuff, but the 8th mile is like butter, and the track hooks like a mother trucker, and I have 0 complaints. The pits has got some, asphalt peeling up issues around here and there. You got to watch out for on a bike because it'll stab a radiator if you ain't careful. But I mean, if you're ever at that way and you want to go test, they have a Thursday night testing too. And I went there Thursday, and man, the track was good. The staff was friendly. Everybody got along.
I seen some photos. It looked like a nice track, especially. I can't remember if it was JT or Sonny, or I don't even know. It could have been Steve. Steve might have posted. Somebody was posting some photos, and it just like, I feel like it was like maybe a sunrise shot or sunset. I don't know, but it looked glass smooth. Like that was exactly what I thought. I was like, man, this thing just seems smooth.
So last time I was at that track, I was a kid. It was like in the late 90s, and my dad and my brother was racing the bracket finals there. And if I imagine the track, it looks the same. I'm sure the surface has been redone, you know what I mean? But like the tower looks the same. The track, the guard, like the way the walls are, it all looks the same to me. It was pretty cool to go back somewhere that I hadn't been since I was a child. It's been over 20 years since I've been there, and I mean, it's amazing. Like, it was great. It reminded me of Montgomery a little bit. I do have one thing that kind of just, I don't know if it's because I was sick and everything pissed me off or what, but so it's pretty easy when a track is a normal track program. They announce, what lanes you go to for testing or whatever on a local track night. It's not very difficult to get that. I felt sorry for them a little bit because they announced lanes 1 and 2 was full tree, 3, 4, 5, and 6 was pro tree, and 5 and 6 was no time pro tree. And people in no time cars was in lanes 1 and 2, and they had to keep swapping the system. And the blessed lady's heart in the tower were kept announcing the lanes so they would maybe get the hint. And come on, guys, listen to what they say. Yeah, it just blew my mind that it's that way. Like I went to 1 and 2. That was full tree, and there was this old guy with a Banshee four wheeler pushing up through there, and he goes, "I'm not going around you. I just want to race this guy in front of you." I'm like, "You're going around me then? Okay." He's like, "I want pro tree too." I'm like, "Bro, this ain't even pro tree lane. Like, why are you over here?" I was just like, "Jesus, guys, like, pay attention." Like, I'm not even a smart person, but there were some people all over the place. They wanted their turn and they would go in whatever lane and request the different tree. And it was just made it a little messy for the track, because it does take time to swap over to different tree styles and formats according to whatever you're wanting to test. And all it did was just take time away from everybody total, which I got plenty of time, but I was amazed by the fact that people didn't listen to instructions.
Whoa. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No, did not hear nothing.
All right. Sorry, I was clicking through something and I accidentally hit a video because I was anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
I was
But
listening to you, but I was trying to pull something up on Facebook and I didn't realize the sound was on.
but anyway, it was a good weekend and I am excited to go back to a track that I know that the rollout ain't 9-inch separation between the beams. Just to see if it's me or what.
No, I mean
Um,
that's huge. Dude. That's a hell of a difference. Way big. So you know what I'm stoked about, and that's what I was pulling up and everything. Well, I got on Facebook and everything. Guess what this weekend means?
this weekend means that it's Kaylee's first weekend recording.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Man, you read it. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Miss Kaylee Ray's gonna be recording some stuff. I'm super excited. What about you?
Yeah, the camera's in the motorhome. We got it all in a backpack looking thing, and I just put it on the home and when I get Thursday. Like, I want to make sure they're charged. Be with you.
Hold on a
Um,
second. You're breaking up.
I'm breaking.
Yeah. You there?
I
Oh man. What is going on? Huh?
can hear you just fine.
I know, but you're breaking up. Hold on a second. Oh, it might be me. It's saying my internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Must have been me then. Maybe it'll clear. Maybe it'll be fine when they listen to it. Anyway, sorry
Yeah,
everybody if that's a
yeah.
little. It was just going. Brr, brr,
But yeah,
brr, brr.
I'm gonna take her the camera and stuff, and she's got extra batteries she can have charged. Tamara has recorded one clip with that camera of me testing the Trunchbull at Knoxville, and that's all. So, I mean, realistically, it's pretty simple. You flip it open, you point it, and you shoot. Type deal.
Oh
Zoom
yeah,
in out.
she's gonna kick butt with it.
Yeah. So I was going to send her on her way with that Thursday, and she can practice a little bit and get used to it and familiar and do whatever she wants to make whatever video she wants it to be. So,
Yep. So y'all make sure you go like, follow on Facebook, Racing the Lens, and also on YouTube. And then we're also going to post the footage and videos on Red Hill Racing Podcast YouTube page, maybe even University Win, probably just doing both. So yeah, we're gonna have all this great footage that Kaylee is gonna get for y'all. It's gonna be awesome. For the sportsman bracket racers. What all is she gonna cover? The gamblers race Friday night, right?
yeah, the gamblers, probably all of Top Sportsman and the last 16 of everything else.
Yep. Cool. That's good, man. So yeah, at least win a couple rounds and we'll have some video footage of you.
Yeah, or I can maybe see some video of me getting my butt kicked on Friday Night Gamblers.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be there for that, so I wish you
Yeah,
good luck.
I
We're
I might pull old two tone for that one. I've been talking about it.
do it. I
I can get
suggest it.
myself to do it. I mean, I can't run it I mean, I could run it on motor, but it just labors so much because it's geared for nitrous that I'd probably just spray it, to be honest.
Spray her. Let her eat. Let
Yeah.
her eat.
But
Um,
I don't know. I've made some changes on my bracket bike since Maryland, and I have been hitting the bottom really good on it. So maybe I ought to try it. I don't know. We'll see.
I support that decision. Do it to him. I should be there
Yeah.
in time to, join in a photo. So I hope it's you, or maybe it's one of the
Bro,
University of Win members.
if you show up and I've won the gamblers, I
Well,
mean it's gonna be like a biggest celebration of my career. This is
it'll be
this is
pretty
a
epic.
three-year long drought. Like, I mean, I'm
Pretty
going.
bad for you.
Yeah, I'm not even. I can't even think of what I might do.
Um,
I might cry maybe.
well, me and
Jesus.
Mr. Jeffrey Santine will have some old English ready for you. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta get through Jeff though, I'm sure too.
Well, I'm just
Um,
hoping I get hydrated back to like, because I haven't, everybody, of course, this past weekend hanging out and having beverages, and I'm like, I ain't drinking nothing. Like, I'm not in the physical condition to be drinking right now. So, maybe if I feel better by then, I'm feel better. I got energy back, but I still got this upper respiratory whatever stuff going on.
yeah, it's hard to tell. Could just be
Yeah,
pollen beating you up too. We still got a lot of
yeah.
pollen and stuff up here.
I mean, who knows? It could be the 80th variant of COVID. It could be just a strep throat, flu. I don't know. It's all the same. You take whatever medicine makes you feel the best in the situation that you're in, and just carry on with life. That's what the way I do it, anyway.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Now we're looking forward to that. Like I said, we'll be a little bit later getting to the track, but we'll be there Friday sometime, probably afternoon, evening. So looking forward to that. I will be cheering on whoever's still in. Um, and yeah, might even ride 460.
Yeah, yeah. This you might just show up and jump on a rocket ship. You don't.
Who
Like I
needs
said,
testing? It's
it
overrated.
ain't quite the way I would do it, but I'm gonna watch you do it, and I might have Kaylee get some video footage of it. Just say,
There you go. I ain't worried about it now. It's there's so much stuff going on. It's actually probably good.
as
Too
Cletus
much.
McFarland says on some of their videos, I can't think of one thing that can go wrong.
Hey, Max said he's gonna ride that thing on Thursday, and he said as long as it's going straight, it's all me. So whatever, we're gonna get after it.
I'll just go over and have them up to jets, and I'll get it dialed in for you before you get there.
There you go. That'll work too.
Yeah,
That'll
just
work too.
take a jets out, boys. Let me ride
Oh,
it.
yeah. So my crew will be a little late getting there, but I'll have Das Boost Bubbles blower bike. Gonna try and run Top Sportsman Pro ET, and then guess I'll run Steven's bike in the bracket bash on Saturday. Probably.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've
Hopefully we got
the
that.
last let's see, the last time we were at Virginia, the bracket bash got stopped because of time. I think been
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, because I was rolling really well, and that actually no. No, the last time we was at VMP, the bracket bash finished actually.
Did it?
Yeah, it did because I got down to like I think it was quarterfinals. It was whenever I was still on that hot streak. Yeah, because remember that was a good weekend where you and I went to Pro ET finals. I won Top Sportsman. I won the Gamblers, and I went to like quarterfinals of bracket bash.
Yeah, it's been a while. I can't remember. I haven't. There's a few times the past few years that I remember doing well in the bracket bash myself, and it gets cut short because of time or weather. Or one time, everybody wanted to split it, except the majority wanted to split it, and like five of us didn't, or something. And we split. Always going to have to finish the next day or something, and it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to go. Believe it or not, I like XDA a lot because I don't race as many classes now. So like Friday, you test and you got the gamblers, and then that's it. Saturday, you qualify and you got the bracket bash, and that's it. And then Sunday, you got top sportsman and 560 for me, and that's it. It's nice that I ain't got to like be hurry, 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 lanes, lanes, lanes every 5 minutes. I get to just enjoy myself, a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's definitely a change up for sure. Feel like years prior, you and I would not have enjoyed that as much, but we are getting older. I can tell every day in my beard.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have fun, man. Just trying to enjoy everything. Trying to slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. That's why I'm
Yeah.
not bringing the Trunchable because I know I might be likely to try to race it in something. I really want to weigh it, but I also don't want to haul it there just to weigh it. So
No,
I'll
that'd be
just wait.
crazy. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I might even jump in 560 this weekend. I don't know. I was
I mean,
undecided. I might donate some
I,
money
I
this
would
weekend.
say, I would say that I wouldn't like running just one class on Sunday. I would say that. I wouldn't be interested in that. So
Yeah.
if I was just in top sportsman, I feel like I'd be pretty bored, you know, for the most part. But the problem is it's not really even spread out. Like it's all or nothing. Like 560 and top sportsman's back to back anyway. So
Yeah. I might have to see what my 560 debut is doing before I make a decision on that. It might be a better plan.
yeah, I mean, if you was running top sportsman and 460, I think that would be sufficient. And you're gonna have enough stuff to get ready for the next round between rounds. So
Yeah.
Um, if you don't do 460, I would almost say Street ET would probably be better than 560 for you.
Probably, but then I gotta put a clutch in a bike. I don't feel like doing anything. I got too much shit to do this week. Too much stuff to do this week.
Well, it is Tuesday.
I
Just
know.
saying.
Yeah. And obviously, as I mentioned at the beginning, we as a family have plenty of stuff to take care of this week. So
It,
um
yeah, that's true.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna throw some bikes in the trailer and we will see y'all Friday and sometime Friday evening and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can have a good weekend. So yeah. What man, I thought what else are we gonna talk about? Is this it? Are we doing a short show tonight?
I mean, we talked about Gauge, we talked about SDBA, we talked about XDA is this weekend. Um, there's really nothing that we've missed.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about some
everything
stuff.
that we had.
Man,
I mean,
I think I just yeah, I don't know. I think you're still getting over it and getting trying to
oh,
finally
I'm
kick
definitely
back
not a
and
hot
then
man right now.
yeah, I know. And then I
Yeah,
think I just have so much stuff running through my head. I feel like we're probably a little bit off kilter on this comeback show for
for
this week.
sure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
man, I ain't got
maybe
nothing
I
else.
might. Yeah, I can't think of. I mean, I hope everybody comes out and races this weekend. Of course, we do. I do. I am aware that Virginia normally don't have as big of a turnout as Maryland does. Just kind of like a numbers thing, normal kind of deal. But it's a very nice facility. To be honest, it's got to be top five smoothest racetracks in the country. Like that's got to be the smoothest racetrack, one of them in the country.
Oh, it's
It's smoother
nice.
than Maryland is, my honest opinion. And it don't look like Maryland though. I will say that. Um, but it is for us. It's fine. But I'm talking about for the grudge stuff. I can always tell that it don't take the prep like Maryland's something special about that track and prep for some reason. But
Jason
um,
talks to her.
I'll definitely not have an issue. Yeah, he probably does. Goes by there and lays down on the ground and has his head turned sideways and listening to what it's telling him. But it it is going to be a good weekend. The weather looks great. Like I'm talking like 80 degrees ish, maybe like a little 83, I think, on Thursday, but the rest of it's like 80, which is kind of like what we had this past weekend at Steel. So a high of 80, lows are like 59 or 62 or something. So it's going to be nice. think there's like a little 20% chance of rain or something, but it's Virginia. It happens. We've never not finished a race there, so we might get cut short or have to change the schedule, but that's about it. So I feel like it'll
Oh
be a good
yeah.
weekend. I'm excited that my girls get to come with me.
Oh yep.
I won't be
That's
by
right.
myself.
That's right. That's
Yep.
awesome. No,
Yeah,
it'll
Harper.
go ahead.
Harper. I told her that we'd be parked beside Uncle Boo and he would have cake, and she said my favorite cake. Yep. 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 And then she's got the playground right across from us, so it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I talked to the Amish outlaw, and he said that there we'll have that whole row, and they won't be in Never Never Land. So we get our whole family back together, get the good mojo back.
Yeah, yeah. Normally that you guys are kind of like a row over from me or down
Yeah,
from me. Um, so I'll be walking over, hanging out in the evenings, and just keeping myself busy at the trailer during the day,
and we
kind of
get
like
some
normal.
pizza, some chicken Alfredo pizza.
So Tamara, yes, she's never got to have that before, and I mentioned
Oh, are
to
you
her.
serious?
Yeah, I told her Thursday night that we're ordering it. I mean, I'm sure you'll be there Thursday night eventually, right? So,
No, Friday
oh,
night, but that's
Friday
okay.
night. Yeah, so Thursday night, we'll have to order the pizza. Normally, me and you orchestrate that deal,
Yeah.
but it'll just be me this time, and get some pizza rolling in. And
Well, we might have
she
pizza two
loves.
nights in a row then.
Well, I'm sure she'll be fine with that because let me tell you, that girl loves pizza and pastas. So,
Oh
um,
man, I had spaghetti for dinner earlier.
she made some kind of Italian stuff. I walked in the kitchen, had my nose curled up, and she goes, "If you don't like it, don't eat it." I said, "I don't eat it." I always curl my nose up just to give her a hard time. She takes it
Oh man.
personal.
Oh man.
But yeah, we
Um,
thought we were going to have 2 hours here, and we knocked it all out in a little over an hour. What are we
I
doing?
think I think we're just on different wavelengths this week. Obviously, you're getting over it because I mean, normally I feel like just kind of what you and I laid out beforehand would have definitely went 2 hours, but I don't know. My head's not here. I apologize to everybody. We'll be good to go next week. This was just this is what this was the opener, right, for
Well,
a
well,
rebound next week.
we have said that when there is race weeks that they're going to be probably a little shorter because we're trying to get ready to go race. And this one's no exception, except the fact that I was sick this past week and you didn't get a short one before I went to SDBA. And then I just now got back Sunday and I've been working on my stuff constantly. I even mowed today and I got to leave either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. So
Right.
I could be leaving tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, and like I said, my head's not here. I'll be honest with
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend. Tiffany, Little Walker will be down there. So yeah. Anyways, man, I ain't got nothing else. Like I said, my head's not
No, I think we're
Never
good to
Never
go.
Land or something.
We said we're back. We said hello. I give a little bit of my sickness talk to everybody, and
Yeah.
I don't sound normal. I'm not 100%, but I almost me and being almost attempted it, even though I was sick last week, and we just it wasn't smart.
Yeah.
Like I was not. I would have been really really bad to have on a podcast last week.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't mean this in the wrong way, but like you don't sound great tonight. So we appreciate you taking the
I,
time.
I'm not enthusiastic. I know that.
Yeah, no, it's all good, brother. Yeah, let's wrap this up. How about next week? Maybe we'll try and kind of have like a good XDA recap. Hopefully you and I'll be hyped up. Maybe we'll both be in some winner circles. That'd be great. If not, we'll still recap it, and we might even do a bonus. We might do kind of a combo next week. Maybe do some recap and then try and get a 30-minute to hour interview with somebody. We got a list of people, so maybe try
Yep.
and do all that next week. Give y'all a hey, can we go for 3 hours next week? We'll see. I don't know.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I mean,
Are you
come
racing
on.
next weekend? The following weekend?
Now I go to Bristol.
Oh, you're gonna hang out with Gage, man. You got all time in the world next week. So do I. We'll be good.
No, I don't. I'm putting my pool up next week.
Oh, come on now. They need to hear 3 hours to get them through the day. We
I wonder if
remember
I can
we
get
got.
I wonder if I can get a wireless headset and go out there and float around the pool and talk to you.
Oh no, man.
That'd be
Oh
bitching.
no. Hey, I did figure out. I did realize how we could do some ad track stuff because the whole time I was thinking like, well, we wouldn't have great internet as far as like doing the Zoom recordings. I don't need that. I have the software I use to edit it. I can record right in that. You know how I do the audios of the school? They're just recorded right on that. So I should be able to
Yeah, yeah,
record right
yeah.
to my computer.
Well, even so, I have a T-Mobile deal that's $50 a month. It's unlimited hotspot, and it's supposed to be for your home. Uh, Pro tip for anybody listening: you can buy that and you take it wherever you want to go, and it works everywhere. So it don't work just at your home because I've took it to Knoxville where the internet sucks for my cell phone, and it works perfectly. Tamara took it to her mom's this weekend when Harper was there when she was at work and I was gone. So I have that. It stays in the motorhome usually. So
Okay. Well, I was just throwing that throwing that idea out there. You and I always want to do a bunch of stuff at the track, but when we're there, we get in a race mode, and sometimes it's just abort,
and
and go back to habit.
we also just enjoy being with our friends. You
Yeah,
know what I
for
mean?
sure. But that's something that I feel like at some point we'll do it. And also, I've been doing the research. I kind of think I got an idea on or figured out the app. Lauren let me know. I've done some research on it, so I'm gonna try and do something live soon too, because that way we can get some interaction with y'all. So,
Yeah. Yeah, we need to do a
anyways.
live. I did a live the other night. Lives are good.
Okay, cool. Real quick, shout out again to sponsors. We'll run down through this real quick. BMF Motorsports, University of Wind, Energy Coil, Night Marketing Group, Hard Times Parts and Service, Montgomery Motorsports, Manchester Mines, Schnitz Racing, Platinum General Services, MTC Engineering, who will be in the house this coming weekend, correct?
Yeah, it's their race.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right. They're title sponsor race. Penske Racing Shocks, MPS Racing, and Worldwide Bearings. So thank y'all for these great companies supporting us. To let us ramble on with y'all. And thank you to everybody who's a subscriber and patron. So yeah, anyways, that's all we got, y'all. Sorry if it wasn't spectacular. I know this one wasn't. This is one I feel certain wasn't. A lot of
Yeah,
times Dustin and I will get done recording and we'll just be like, man, I don't know if that one was good, or man, that one seemed like it was really good. And I feel like this is one that's not going to be spectacular, but we hope y'all
well,
enjoy it nonetheless.
life, man. Sometimes life gets us sick. You know, family members get sick. Yada yada. We gotta. It happens. But
That's right.
we'll see y'all next week, and long God willing, and we'll do another one.
Yep, for sure. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it.